and Zack Snyder's fans are already preparing a counterattack, trying to undermine the success of the new Superman, James Gunn. What a phase! I'll explain everything after the intro, so stay tuned. Hello, pop culture lady, we're back. Let's talk about the counterattack, the revenge, the vendetta of Zack Snyder's fans who are still upset about the cancellation of the Snyderverse as soon as James Gunn took over the Detective Comics extended universe. We know from other sources that the former bosses who controlled the Detective Comics properties wanted to keep Henry Cavill as Superman. We discussed making Man of Steel 2 earlier this week. When James Gunn arrived, he decided to create his own version of Superman rather than continuing with the existing one. This led to the cancellation of various projects, including Wonder Woman 3 and any future appearances of Henry Cavill as Superman. Even today, fans are casting Aaron Cavill in numerous available roles. From Reed Richards to Wolverine, and it all started again, but it's just a reboot. Starting with Creed Recommenders, which was just a little appetizer, but then Superman now in July will present for the first time in live action this universe imagined by James Gunn, which has a lighter, more fantastic look. With more fantasy, with superheroes for 300 years already. On Earth, and it's very different from Zack Snyder's vision. You couldn't even make one. Not even the Flash could solve this. Not even Flashpoint would make Zack Snyder's vision and James Gunn's vision connect. Many fans wanted to see Justice League 2 and 3, with Henry Cavill reprising his role and continuing as Superman. They wanted to see this universe succeed, but it wasn't possible. It wasn't possible. The whole story about Snyder Cut 2, about Justice League X, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, we knew it was a pretty remote possibility, because what happened for the Snyder Cut to be released was a mix of favorable events, where Warner found itself in a situation where they had to do it, otherwise there wouldn't be content for Home Box Office Max. So they backed Zack Snyder, who went ahead, spent more than he should have, and filmed things he wasn't supposed to film. As you know, I've told this story repeatedly on the channel. Let's discuss the current situation. So Zack Snyder's fans who are still organized, the story of the Snyderverse, right? Restore the Snyderverse, asking to bring it back, to make. So now they've made a document which is spreading on social media where they give instructions to Zack Snyder's fans, to people who are fighting for the return of the Snyderverse, about what they can do to hurt James Gunn's Superman movie, to make this movie flop, to make it not do well, so that James Gunn gets fired, and then Warner Brothers. He looks around and says, there's no way, we have to bring Zack Snyder back. He offers Snyder $600 million, $900 million, even $1.3 billion to make Justice League 2 and 3. That's the plan. So what should you do then if you want to take down James Gunn's empire and the Restored from the adverse? First, the document says, flood the internet with spoilers. All the spoilers you can give about this movie, you put out on the internet. Why? Because when people get spoilers, it messes up and ruins their experience. So they'll enjoy the movie less. And they'll have weaker impressions of the movie. So the guys were all like, man, the movie is good, so let's ruin the movie. So people won't realize it's actually good. It's kind of like they're already arguing against it, right? You have to give spoilers because the surprises aren't that great, and only by ruining the surprises does it become worth it. The first one is that, giving spoilers. The second instruction from Zack Snyder's Revenge Squad. It's do a review bomb, go online, talk badly about the movie, write negative reviews, because at the same time, the other side is writing positive reviews even if they don't like the movie. Even if the movie is bad, the movie is bad. So if they're writing fake reviews, let's do it too. That's how it works. They're doing it, so let's do it. We know what they're doing, but let's do it here with the justification that they're doing it too. So that's it. So let's do a review bomb. Give it a low rating. Even if you haven't watched it, that's okay. Let's talk badly about the movie. Let's lower its score on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, because that will make the movie get worse reviews and also reduce the chance of someone looking and saying, wow, I didn't see it on the first weekend, I'll watch it on the second. Oh, but they're saying such bad things, I won't watch it anymore. and then it lowers the movie's box office so it flops as quickly as possible. And the third instruction is reserve seats at the movie theater, but don't complete the purchase. You go and reserve it, and the seat stays unavailable for a while. And you don't buy it. So anyone who wants to buy won't find a place to sit. And in the end, this could result in empty movie theaters. I don't know how long a seat stays reserved from the moment you reserve it on the website. I imagine it's not a long time. And I also keep thinking about the viability and efficiency of this, even if done on a large scale. Well, so in short, these are these three guidelines for the counterattack for the revenge of Zack Snyder's fans. Of course, not all Zack Snyder fans. You know I love the Snyder Cut. I love the Snyder Cut event. I rooted for the Snyder Cut. I believed in the Snyder Cut. I didn't believe in Justice League 2 because nothing was pointing in that direction. And I already said it wasn't going to happen, and it really didn't. I don't believe that a sudden firing of James Gunn will bring Zack Snyder back. It will probably bring someone else. What's in this document is something that's also done with other movies for other reasons. Fake reviews, this whole thing of talking bad about the movie online. To generate hate. We know this happens with other movies too, and then the people who do it say it doesn't exist, but you can see here that it does. There's also a screenshot going around the internet, but nobody knows for sure. Whether it's real or not, it could very well be a meme or just a joke, but since it's being spread around, there are people reading, watching, and seeing it as real. It's worth us talking about it here because this is happening. Of course, I'm not giving you any suggestions here. Doing this won't help. Boycotting won't work. The internet doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Boycotting on the internet doesn't work. Just look at Harry Potter. Flying. With the immense amount of insults directed at the creator of Harry Potter, whether justified or not, it doesn't matter. My position on the matter isn't making any difference. The game is selling rapidly, the series is in development, and the movies remain beloved by fans. From adults to this day, and the books are still selling like crazy too, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you want to see the Snyderverse back. That's not how you're going to get it. Breaking Warner won't make Warner do the Snyderverse. They're not going to sell Detective Comics to Netflix. That's not going to happen. Not even Netflix cares about Zack Snyder anymore. That's the truth too. They canceled Rebel Moon. Zack Snyder lost a bit of his mojo. So I'm just talking here out of curiosity about something that's happening on the internet. Obviously, I'm not trying to convince you to do what this list is saying, because I think that's nonsense, damn it. But it's worth it for us to see the extreme here, to see how far these organized movements on the internet will go to do something this foolish, which is trying to bring down the success of a movie just to achieve a goal that's not even directly related to this hate movement against the film. Superman will fly, dogs will bark, the caravan will move on, and crypto will move on too over the beef jerky. I believe this movie has a great chance of performing exceptionally well at the box office, which I reiterate was not something it was required to achieve. I think it's going to turn out well despite everything, and I really do want to see it. Negressa Doys really wanted to see the world. By Zack Snyder, developed in parallel with Elseworld, why not? But it's not just about wanting it. We have to consider it. All the vectors, all the interests involved, all the money that needs to be invested, and all the return that this can generate. And also protect these brands, these names, these characters. There are many versions of him competing, so these are much more complex situations than just wanting or not wanting, than the fans' desire, than the heart. The passionate one thinks it's happening. Share your opinion in the comments. I'll return with another pop culture topic after the intro. Channel options will appear for you to click and stay with me a little longer. See you later. See you soon. See you in a bit. Bye. That's all for now from Quattro Coisas, which posts at least 3 videos daily. If you enjoyed this, check out the suggested videos. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and enable notifications for updates. Thanks for watching. See you next time.